in the final 4 days of this championship, and Andre Agassi has his eyes on number 3.
Well, he's got a guy who he lost to the last time they played. The big difference, Dick, is that was on clay. This is on hard courts. Agassi, a far, to me, superior and obviously more experienced player. You can see in test Coria, who supposedly has a he's one of the guys that's actually benefited from this break. But he's going to be running an awful lot today. I can assure you of that.
We'll talk about a man who could run. Remember Guillermo Vilas. He could go all day, and this young guy is named after the former Argentine great.
Well, he's faster than Guillermo Vilas was. I mean, he's remarkably quick. And he kind of played, they have similar styles, only Guillermo Coria plays it younger. The question is if he can take control of the match.
And we're underway in this quarterfinal. Agassi serving.
This match is about who gets to control the points sooner in the rallies.
The 3 times they've played, Andres won 2 of the 3. And the 2 that he won, he dominated Coria on hard courts. And I wonder, he's got the speed, Coria. He just, to me, does not have the firepower to hurt Agassi enough on this surface.
5'9", 145 pounds, this kid.
That's on a good day. When he's had 5 meals.
I was going to say soaking wet, but he probably is soaking wet after all the rain from this week.
And his year off to a great start. He won 3 straight clay court events, and that hadn't been done since Tomas Muster 7 years ago.
He's also never played, as far as I can remember, here at Arthur Ashe Stadium. There's their head-to-head.
Agassi winning at Australian, but losing at the French.
I mean, Coria plays, he's been playing on court 6, 7, 10. He's been way out there, so this is a big change for him.
Easy hold for Agassi.
CBS Sports coverage of the U.S. Open, a USTA event, is sponsored by IBM, Mass Mutual Financial Group, Lincoln, and by American Express.
We talk about Guillermo Coria's movement on the court, but he also has a solid service game. He had 49 straight service games without being broken until Bjorkman finally got him in their last match.
Well, that is absolutely remarkable because he's not a big server. He has had an excellent draw to get to this point. Things have fallen his way. You see his first serve there. His first serve was 96 miles per hour.
The big question is how fit is Coria. He hurt his left hamstring in the second round, and he was treated for it in the 3rd and 4th sets of his match against Bjorkman last night.
Well, Agassi will test it. He'll have movement around the court, that's for certain, as you look at Coria's vitals. Just 21 years of age, not a big man. Resides in Venado Tuerto, Argentina. And second year at the Open. He's 6-1. 54 match wins on the ATP circuit this year. 4 titles.
He's won more matches in this year than he won the first 3 years he played professional tennis. That's what kind of jump he's taken. He's 5 in the world now.
I'm a little worried because the last time I saw a South American out there, Mary, was Soretta Roddick. In the second game, he was looking up his coach complaining about the conditions, which is what Coria just did here.
Got the middle for his first ace.
Well, that's one thing that his coach Alberto Mancini has worked on. This is a fabulous year for Coria. To move all the way up incredibly to number 4 in the world is to get some points on that first serve. What was it, Dick? 52 games in a row he held serve. I mean, that's
49.
That's very impressive for this diminutive Argentine. Looked like he was feeling the leg a little bit, but he's very, very good when given the opportunity to pass. You've got to be ready for the ball to come back to you with Coria.
Number one in the world, number one seed, 33-year-old Andre Agassi seeks his third U.S. Open championship, his ninth Grand Slam. A man from Las Vegas. Champion here in 94 and 99. Coria and David Nalbandian in the final 8. That's the first time in the Open era. Two Argentines to the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open. They played each other for the French Open Juniors 4 years ago, and this man defeated Nalbandian. Growing up together, competing against. You see some spots of blood on the shirt of Guillermo.
He's been fussing with his hand. Pulled the bandage off of it a few points back, so he'll need a little bit of treatment on his thumb.
Blister area.
He had blisters when he played against Andre Agassi at the Australian Open earlier this year and had to retire in that match.
Shows you how tough we are as tennis players. See the bloody. Just nothing can affect these guys.
Blood, mud.
I don't know. Blister sounds like a bit of a weenie.
It's a bit
injury.
of a stretch. You know. It's a start.
The blisters were on his feet then, and it looked as though Agassi was going to show up in Australia ready to beat anybody in any conditions. So terribly hot right after the holidays, and he had trained right through December and part of January to be ready for those conditions.
That certainly doesn't bode well if he's got a blister of some kind on his right hand. Oh, looked out. Coria still wins the point. Gives it the long look, make sure the linesman doesn't make that mistake again.
DuPont, Macam, and
You were both wrong.
on the line. He has asked for an ATP trainer. Took off, you can see him taking off the bandage on his right thumb. So anyone who's ever tried to play with a blister on the thumb of their hitting side can understand this is not going to be an easy task for the young Argentine. You can see he throws in a double fault, and that gives Coria the first break of the set. Made it to the third round last year in his first appearance here in New York, did Coria.
Well, this would give Coria a boost of belief and confidence he can break Andre here early.
Second serve coming up. And he does break Agassi. So Guillermo Coria takes the early lead. We're back in Flushing Meadows, and that's trainer Doug Spreen cutting away the bandages from the right thumb of Guillermo Coria, and it apparently was not a blister, because we heard Spreen say, "Where did you cut it?" Let's go back to the changeover. Here's the discussion.
Ladies and gentlemen, cut it today. Where's the cut? Where's the cut? The end of it. Right there. Now. Shit. literally take because
Yeah.
Would you cut this on? Would you cut this on? What'd you cut this with?
Not discernible. The answer is how he cut that thumb. Not a blister. Who knows how serious that may be. Doug Spreen, ATP trainer, still working on that cut right thumb of Guillermo Coria, who has just broken Agassi for an early 2-1 lead. They're allowed a medical timeout. It's exceeded 3 minutes, John McEnroe.
Well, there's also a time for evaluation. It's what Doug Spreen did. He had to take a good look at the situation, and it's taken him some time to try to do this because this cut apparently cut from a knife is what I heard Guillermo say. It's causing some problems, obviously. The incredible part is when he pulled that Band-Aid off, it was his first service game at deuce. He held and broke. So he's actually up a break here at 2-1.
Now Spreen has done his bandaging work, and Coria ready to go to work, leading 2-1. Coria holding in his first service game. That made 50 in a row without being broken.
He's not going to have the feel for the racket with that bandage on, and that's why he pulled it off in the first place.
It's like playing with a mitten all of a sudden.
Our old buddy Mary Vitas Gerulaitis used to put gauze on every changeover. He sweated so much, but if you just picked that up, it felt very dry, and then there was no feel in your hands. It was a very unusual circumstance. An unusual guy, a great guy. We still miss him here. Almost 9 years since Vitas passed away, so unfortunately. Agassi does not look comfortable out there so far.
He's going to change equipment here.
And that's rare. He usually waits till the new balls come in, so he's unhappy. But and conditions are drastically different. I mean, the humidity's out of the air. It's a beautiful day here in New York, 75 degrees. Tensions are going to be a factor for these players to find their feel again. I suspect it won't take Andre too long.
Played Guillermo Coria at the French Open. He made a tactical error, which is so unlike him. He played to Coria's backhand side. And Coria had so many winners up the line from there. But that's how Agassi had remembered playing him before. Today, he'll be going after the forehand side.
Just missed. I mean, this is truly a case of a heavyweight versus a middleweight. Look what happened here. This is after the last point. He's already got the problem with the thumb. Looks like he pulled out laying on the hamstring there.
His hamstring is injured in his last match.
If his stomach muscle starts hurting, he's real problems here.
Great point, Agassi. Agassi breaking back. One wonders just how long Coria is going to be able to survive against the man that he idolized growing up as a youngster in Argentina. Andre Agassi, his favorite.
He's got a look to him that's not promising if you're a Coria fan or if you're a fan of a long match here. He does not look like he's got the will.
This is how he looked in Australia.
That was all of 48 minutes, I believe.
Retired. Agassi leading 6-1, 3-1 in the 4th round.
Keep in mind, Andre Agassi didn't have to finish his last match against Taylor Dent.
That's how intimidating Agassi's become. His fitness, his dedication, his superb play, obviously. These guys just don't believe that they can do what it takes to beat him, and rather than really just fight it out, they say too good. And that's you got to hand it to Andre. It's a mental edge he's got over these players, as well as a physical one. So strong and fit.
First ace for Andre.
I'd rather see Coria fight it out than see him next week playing some clay court tournament somewhere. That's a shot Coria used very effectively against Andre at the French Open. Time and time again, he took advantage of Andre there, but on this surface, Andre's going to be able to run a lot of those down.
Slowly, the seats filling here in 23,000 seat Arthur Ashe Stadium.
That's how quick he is.
Well, Andre certainly made him cover ground there, a lot of it.
And look at Coria bending for air.
No, I think it's just
the leg.
He's got no moss written all over him.
Yeah,
Nope.
you're right, Mary. Because this guy could run all day, he'd barely break a sweat. It's the leg. And the will right now is being broken.
And Agassi with a hold on serve 3-2, and Coria limping to the bench. We'll be back after this word from your local station. Back at Arthur Ashe Stadium, and Guillermo Coria brief visit again from Doug Spring during that towel off, serving at 2-3, and we're going to get the official word from the ATP trainer. Patrick McEnroe has him standing by as Coria serves. Let's go to the Davis Cup captain, Patrick.
Thanks, Dick. Here with Doug Spring. Doug, what's the status with both injuries for Guillermo?
Well, he's been battling a sore hamstring for pretty much the whole tournament, and, you know, that's something he's going to have to battle through. His thumb, apparently, he cut with a knife this morning. Didn't even know anything about it. I got out there, and he's got a really big gash on that thumb. We tried to close it up, but in 3 minutes, there's just no way to get that thing totally closed up, and it's still kind of bleeding through that bandage a little bit. So we did the best we could. We can put a little bit more bandage on it, but, you know, coming out here not knowing about it, it's a little bit tough.
You didn't even know about it before the match?
No, I didn't say anything to us. I guess I'm guessing he cut it with a knife at breakfast or something this morning. I don't know. It looks like a pretty decent cut on that thumb. So we'll do the best we can, and hopefully that doesn't keep him from being able to play.
So apparently he taped this injury himself?
That's my guess. It wasn't much on there, so I think he was just hoping he could get by with it. But anyway, we'll see.
Unusual circumstance, huh?
Very, very frustrating, but you know, we'll do the best we can for him, and let's hope he can get through this.
Okay, thanks, Doug. Back up to you, Dick.
Thank you, Patrick. Peripatetic Patrick, as he's been in the studio. He's been here in the booth. Now he's on the court. And a brave effort then by the young man from Argentina, trying to fight through a cut thumb and a hamstring injury against the #1 player in the world.
Well, he desperately needs that speed to make a match of this. So far, you can see why he gave Agassi trouble. And Agassi has not so far played his best tennis by any means.
It is beautiful today, and you're looking at some of the views from the Ohio-based blimp Spirit of Goodyear. Goodyear blimps travel thousands of miles a year, covering hundreds of major sports, entertainment, and community events. 3-all opening set. Caught the line.
Well, surprise, Andre. He thought that was going to float long. It didn't. So was the situation with Coria, so he's got to get his concentration up to max. That's what Coria did so well against Agassi at the French Open. He seems to pick up Agassi shots better now. He's got a feel for what Andre's going to do. You see him stepping inside the baseline? That's a very good sign for Coria.
Already with one break and a chance here, love 30.
That skipped off the line.
Well, some pretty good defense from Coria's end.
Well, you expect it to be breaks. They've already traded breaks in this first set. You see that ball just clipped the back of the line. The old DuPont Macam.
You ever get in an argument with that? I mean, is it pretty much you in sync with those?
My cam. I'm not allowed to argue with that.
If maybe it gets in a bad mood. I don't know.
It does if I don't mention DuPont.
Agassi digs out a love 30 to 30 all. Agassi working against a U.S. Open #1 seed Jinx. A lot of #1s have fallen. Been tough to win as the top seed. In the Open era, 35 years, the #1 seed has won this championship only 8 times. Did you win it as #1, John?
I won it once. I lost it a few times. I fall into that category of the guy that bombed out. Helped that lousy percentage.
Agassi with a hold, 4-3 opening set. Each man with a break here in the opening set. It's 3-4 Coria serving, but Guillermo with lots of problems. That cut thumb, right thumb, and it started to bleed, and then he had to have it rebandaged, and then he pulled up a little lame on the left side, and then the right side. He's bruised everything but hair follicles here in the opening set.
The thing is, there's not much there when it's all operating well. Very slight guy.
But he's toe-to-toe with Agassi, and they're on serve in this opening set. Guessed right. And delivers.
Agassi, here's Alberto Mancini, who was a top 10 player himself. And Agassi had him moving side to side. And that's what Coria does to get himself out of trouble there. He throws Agassi the drop shot. And he's got time to flick that lob over his head. He's got the wind to do that after a long, tough point. That's why he's so dangerous.
Longest rally of the set.
Part of that's fatigue, though. Just having to work so hard to win that last point. Agassi's got some wind as well behind him. He's just jerking Coria side to side.
Seated 5th, Guillermo Coria. And playing well despite the nagging variety of injuries.
You sure can tell by the style of Coria's play that he did in fact idolize Agassi growing up.
Remember, at one stage, believe it or not, Agassi was about 145, 150.
That's right.
A similar build, so maybe Coria will learn to pump the envelope.
4 all, and let's check out today's U.S. Open poll question. Who is your all-time favorite bad boy of tennis? To cast your vote, click on tennis at CBSSportsline.com or on America Online, enter keyword CBS Sportsline. Aren't you pleased to be on the top of another list? We were hoping
Isn't Jeff
a little
Tarango
later. We
pleased
tried to
with the-
slip that in before you got here.
Okay, he must have paid for that poll. If he gets a vote, I'm out of here. The fourth guy should have been our man Pancho Gonzalez. There was a bad boy. Let's see what happened to him here.
Hard to read.
Running out of pieces, body parts.
Oh, beautifully executed down the line.
He can refer to his body parts all he wants. The fact is, this is even at 4, and he's still coming up with these sorts of winners. Again, that backhand down the line is one of the best in men's tennis. And that thing's tough.
It's very difficult to read. Andre doesn't know what to make of this. He probably thinks the guy's about ready to go away, but he's playing well in this match.
Thank you.
That's out.
Using that slice forehand save on defense and creates the error.
And there's Coach Darren Cahill. They must have talked about this because they've heard about Coria's injury. He defaulted in Australia. Maintain focus, which is easier said than done. Ball catches the line, saves him.
Slaps away the break point with his second ace.
You cannot place a serve better. Watch it spinning away from Coria. Exactly the type of serve you want to hit in that situation. That's the low part of the net, too. His movement, he looks like he's struggling more to the forehand side, and I think you'll see as this match progresses, Agassi's going to go after Coria's forehand. He doesn't seem as committed to stopping as fast as you need to on that side. That's why you've seen some of those sidearm forehands. half serve, half forehand to get back in the point. It's not going to work a whole lot longer.
Agassi only 53% on his first serve. And a double fault in his second. Some laughter in the crowd and some noise, and chair umpire Enrique Molina asking for there to be more respect.
See Coria telling himself, just settle down here a little. Don't go for a winner on the return. That's not my game.
Agassi with a hold. 5-4 first set. And welcome back. Guillermo Coria battling a cut thumb and a hamstring pull, but maintaining a on serve 4-5 against Andre Agassi.
They had a weird first set at the French Open. Coria went up 4-1 in the first, and then Agassi ripped off the next 5 games, took the set. Coria recovered from that and took the next 3.
It's wide. Just to be up to date on the quarterfinal doubles matches played earlier, the French pair Lodra and Santoro kicked out the #1 seeds Bupati and Mirny straight sets, and then we saw earlier the Bryan twins survived a 7-4 tiebreak to win their match and move into the semis. In case you're just joining us, Bob and Mike Bryan will be the Davis Cup doubles team for Patrick McEnroe in a couple of weeks. Slovakia.
That's where he struggles with his movement. I guess he's starting to zero in on the forehand. Last couple points, the 4-all game. Now here at love 15, you just see he's not as committed. He just doesn't feel he can stop. He's feeling the pain more on that side.
You can see him carrying that left leg. The ace, that'll help. His second. Agassi 2 points from the set.
He has improved that serve in the last year. Starting to win some points on it.
And now 2 set points. Hundred 17 miles an hour on that serve. Second set point. Boy, that was a good second serve.
It's a similar type of serve that Andre had hit to him. It's again the placement, but he definitely went after it more, Dick, and it paid off for him. So that's where he wants to hit forehands.
I think Andre is going to have to take more risks on his return game.
Coria got a bum call in the middle of that point.
He sure did. He just applauded the lineswoman who missed that call, John.
Yeah. Well, maybe not. It looked to me again like that was long. This Mackham has let me down today.
But not Agassi.
That's true. He's got another set point. He's ready for that drop shot now.
And Coria forced to really sprint for the counter move by Agassi. Didn't have it at the end.
That was too easy for Andre.
And the first set to the #1 seed, 6-4. Second set. Guillermo Coria was in a debate with chair umpire Molina. I'm guessing that it was about the linesperson down at his end, but both those calls confirm the linesperson's vision was right on the DuPont Mackham.
It wasn't his dinner plans. Sure of that. The Mackham is just too tough right now on McEnroe Coria.
Four quarterfinal matches here this afternoon on this sunny Friday, and they're underway over at Louis Armstrong, Ferrero, and Hewitt. 1-all. Hewitt with a break point in the third game.
More and more it seems like Coria can't really move to that forehand side at all. He's got a singing left hamstring that's been bad since the second round. Was treated over the last 2 sets of his match last night against Jonas Bjorkman. And he's just pulling up on it. The bad thing is, if something like that is hurting, not only do you feel you can't take off on it, but you don't even want to break. That hurts as well. So you're not going to accelerate if you know that braking is going to be more painful. You end up walking through those shots. Or hitting squash shots, as we've seen from him already.
Lays that backhand neatly in the corner, 40-15, and Hewitt, the #6 seed, with an early break against Ferrero, the French Open champion. The winner of that match to meet the winner of this one in the semifinals tomorrow.
And you could see how much it would benefit Agassi if he doesn't have to extend himself here. And he plays one of those two tomorrow. I mean, if this guy goes a couple more games and stops, it'll be a big boost for Andre.
We've spoken about how Guillermo Coria is only 5'9" and 145 pounds. When Andre Agassi lost to Mats Wilander 6-love in the 5th set at the French Open in 1998, he said afterwards, "I knew then that at 5'11" and 145 pounds, I wasn't going to win a major." That's when he hooked up with Gil Reyes, his fitness trainer. And that's why, at the age of 33, he's still among the very fittest men on the tour.
I love 30 now.
When Coria is playing well, even against Agassi, and he's got a strut out there on the court. Coria can hit so many shots. And it was always going to be Agassi's goal to sort of wipe the smirk off his face, and take the smirk out of his strokes. The thing is, for as much grousing and griping as Coria seems to be doing after just about every point, he's still around. And he's still capable of hitting great shots. Especially that one.
You just sense this is inevitable. You question whether he's going to even finish this match, because He does not have the look in his eye.
A couple more break points for Andre Agassi.
When he has to rely on his serve to win a match of this magnitude, then it's going to be a long day for him. And he's not comfortable at net. He's going to have to hit winners, just take risks that he doesn't like taking, and make virtually every one of them.
That big backhand again. Hewitt 3-1 up in their opening set with Ferrero. Bringing you that action. Part of our total coverage of the men's quarterfinals, dictated by all the rain. We've got all the best. The final 8 men all on display today. Our partners at USA will have the women's semis tonight. Another unique experience. Normally Friday nights are quiet. Pretty good dig for Coria out of 1540. One of America's most recognized images. The 47%. That's way below what Andre would have planned for this match.
This is not vintage Agassi, but he's getting the job done slowly but surely.
From the squash shot to a full-fledged forehand.
When you win as many matches as Coria has won this year, your confidence level is high. It's been an all-time high for him. This is his best result on a Grand Slam and a hard court surface. It's too bad, because I wish we, as we see him pull up lame again, I wish we did see Coria at his best, because he would have given a far sterner test here.
And that was another good example of Coria. He doesn't even want to break. He wants to pretty much just run right through this shot.
Agassi punishing him, just moving him from corner to corner.
Agassi can do that so well because he hits such a clean ball. He's got the best hand-eye coordination in the game, so he picks up his opponent's shot quicker than almost anyone. Probably anyone.
CBS Sports coverage of the U.S. Open continues after this message and a word from your local station. And part of the crowd, Ilya Nastasi, who won this championship in 1972, defeated Arthur Ashe in the finals. Guillermo Coria. The old hang in there at 1-2 in the second, down a set. Yeah, it gives fans throughout the states here on CBS today who have not seen Coria in action to appreciate how talented this 21-year-old is. Playing this well against the #1 despite the injuries. Cut his thumb this morning with a knife, apparently at breakfast. You can see some of the blood there on his shorts. And has been suffering from a left hamstring pull throughout the entire championship. And yet has played fairly even with Agassi today.
that's the shot he can hurt Agassi with. Because Agassi has a tendency to stand flat-footed. And he just doesn't feel people could put the ball by him. But this guy can. And he lines up that two-fisted backhand up the line. That's what Agassi's adjustment is. Just hit it deeper, so he has no chance to do that.
And his countryman, Coria's Nalbandian, he can pump him in the corners too.
He also has a great two-handed backhand up the line.
Oh, he's lethal from that side. 2-all. For complete U.S. Open coverage, including real-time scores, you can log on to usopen.org or on America Online. Enter keyword usopen.org.
What I really like about Coria's shot when he hits that two-hander is he really you can see he attacks it, but he gets himself in position inside the baseline. You didn't see Clay Cortez do that in the past. He's got that natural sense and feel for when to step in and finish a point. Sense that his opponent is in trouble.
Third ace for Agassi. You saw that Hewitt still up a break in the opening set against Ferrero. You hear those good sounds, and talking with Andre Agassi yesterday, and he said, I still get a big thrill, whether I'm in a match or whether I'm just practicing. When I hit it sweetly, I love that sound. It's part of the drive that keeps me going. Like a baseball hitter in batting practice, and it's just a sound, you know, when you've really hit it.
He must have a smile on his face a lot, because rarely do you see him miss hit balls.
That's what Pete Sampras said earlier this year, and speaking about how he'd be missing Wimbledon for the first time in 15 years, and how he'd miss the sound of the echo from when he strikes the ball in center court. Coria is not playing negative tennis, but his body language is all about negativity. It's got to be heartening to Agassi, whose fitness was probably going to tilt the field anyway.
That juggling may be clever, but nothing to compare with a schedule maker here at this championship, with all the rain and how they had to move things around. And for most of the players on the men's side, final 4 rounds in the final 4 days, and that again has never happened before in 35 years of Grand Slam play in the open era.
What's Agassi like? Again, his willingness to step inside the baseline and find that angle is impressive. That's why Coria has marched up the rankings.
He was 57 at the end of 2002 and comes in here number 5 seed. Won 54 matches this year. He's been busy.
The impressive number is that he won back-to-back clay court titles in 3 weeks in a row.
Without losing a set.
Stuttgart, Kitzbühel, and Sopot. That backhand's beautiful.
And the reason that shot's so tough is because he is capable of pulling it cross court. So if Andre doesn't get the ball deep, you see he's in trouble. Incredible. Andre didn't want to come to net on a very short ball.
3-all in the second set.
It's hard to believe that Andre Agassi is a little tentative out there, but he is.
Look at the match summary.
Amazing that Agassi has no backhand winners. Coria dominating in that category. There's some good tennis being played. You just, again, you hope that Coria stays out there, because it's an interesting matchup.
Agassi gets a new racket.
New balls, new racket. Switch at 7-9.
And those injuries are not quite as painful or bothersome when you're playing #1 in the world as well as he is here in the second set. Gil Reyes with the hat, the trainer, former strength coach at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. That's when they met, formed their very strong relationship. No pun intended.
He talked about how he idolized Andre Agassi, and what Agassi's done better than anyone in the history of the sport is hit shots just like this.
After he beat Andre at the French Open, he got a souvenir racket from his idol.
Presumably the one that Agassi lost the last point.
He didn't want that anymore.
Brad Gilbert. No, Darren Cahill. They wear the same outfits, don't they?
How fast is this guy? He is covering a lot of ground. He's got a natural feel to where to position himself to take advantage when given the opportunity. Agassi just didn't give it to him there.
Cahill, the Australian, now coaching Agassi, and Brad Gilbert, his former coach, will be in about the same seat when Andy Roddick plays in the next match up here on Arthur Ashe. 4-3. Agassi leads by a set. Get all the matches necessary. Played last night.
That's a point Coria should have won. That's why he's popping himself in the head with his racket. Let's see if it cost him in this game. That was an easy first point for him.
He was able to dig out a 15-40 in the second game of the set. Those are the only break points.
He's fast, but he's not that fast. Agassi exhibiting the touch here. And he attacks Coria. He moves quickly there, and then he senses where Guillermo's going to hit it. And just hits an absolutely beautiful volley.
This is 2 points ago. Little wake-up call.
You better wake up quick here, because now triple break point down.
And we can report over at Louis Armstrong that Leighton Hewitt owns the first set against Juan Carlos Ferrero. Again, the winner of that match to meet the winner of this one tomorrow afternoon in one of the semifinals. So an hour later for our coverage, noon Eastern and 9 o'clock on the West Coast.
Andre not thrilled with the call. Good, a little bit late, but correct. One break point save for Coria.
And another.
Again, he doesn't wait on it. He gets himself in the position. He goes after it. Andre's against the wind, so there's just not much on this. And Coria takes a quick look to see where Agassi is and puts it to the open court. Here's one more break point. It's the break.
And Agassi with a chance to serve for the 2-set lead at 5-3.
So not only does he take control here, potentially go up 2 sets, he's going to give Coria something else to think about. How long does he want to keep going and playing? Be careful. This hurts.
He hit himself in his left leg, the hamstring that.
We hope it was the
Agassi.
left leg. Didn't look at it like it from up here.
Agassi's doing and playing just the kind of match he wants to be playing out here against Coria. It's made Coria such a better player, and you can tell him. You can see he's telling himself to think out there. It's not just his foot speed. He's got the shots to back it up. I think he's got tremendous firepower. Very quick racket work. Good concept out there.
Well, he's facing the master in Agassi today.
Gets himself a little stronger, works more on that serve, and becomes more comfortable at net. He'll be a threat at any major event.
Any surface, huh?
Kind of like the guy who's serving.
Agassi tough enough to win a Grand Slam, but has the career Grand Slam, one of only 5 in history. What a point by Coria.
That is so true. He's got that down to a science, that shot. Once he's in that position, the point is easy for him.
Side to side and back to front. 15-30. Those last 2 points you can just put in the bank and enjoy them the rest of the championship.
This shot here, Coria could have waited for that to bounce and chose not to do so, and he just didn't get himself in the right position, especially when he gave Andre another chance here.
2 points from the set for Agassi. Beautiful hands at both ends here in this display of talent.
Two fantastic points in a row. Agassi just 2 points from a 2 sets lead.
First set point of the second set. A set from the semis. Three U.S. Open championships at quarterfinals, and Andre Agassi, the top seed, is up by 2 sets against young Guillermo Coria as we open this third set.
Glad to see Coria out there still fighting it out, competing, showing what he's made of.
Vicious angle from Agassi, and Coria got it. Now it's Ferrero up a break in the second set against Leighton Hewitt. And I have the feeling that might go 5.
Agassi would dearly love to get off this court in the next half hour and rest up for the semifinals tomorrow against the winner of that match, and hope they do go 5, Dick.
Well, remember last year, John, in the semis, it was Hewitt and Agassi, and in many ways that was such a punishing duel that Agassi won. He wondered if he had that much left in his tank the next day against Sampras.
And he's talked about that. He was very, very tight and stiff the first couple sets.
14-15.
Not counting today, but through the first 4 rounds, David Nalbandian has spent the most time on court. You see Agassi and Hewitt down at the bottom, only 7.5 hours for Agassi. Agassi excluded and Roddick excluded. The other 6 men playing, if they go to the finals, 4 rounds in 4 days.
Agassi's is a heavy favorite here to pull this out, though, in 3. He's 2 sets up already. Coria was up 40-love. It's deuce. If he breaks here, he might just break whatever will is left there from Coria.
You would think so, wouldn't you? Second double fault. Coria lives and practices in Buenos Aires, lives with his grandmother, who apparently is a A+ cook. We all know how good that can be.
You wouldn't know it by looking at it.
Might have to make a trip to Buenos Aires and visit old Grandma Coria and work on this 20-pound hedge I have against anorexia. Not good enough on that deep drop.
It's better to try that shot when you're deeper into a point. When you fatigue your opponent, his wind is low, not right off the return. Coria not thinking real clearly out there right now.
Advantage Coria.
Serve 116. Coria holds. We mentioned the 5 men who had the career Grand Slam, and in case you were wondering, let's go through history. Of course, the first was 1938 and the redhead Don Budge. He got all 4 of them in 1 year. And Fred Perry, talented Brett. Emo is watching out in Southern California, San Diego area. And the Rocket, twice a Grand Slam winner. And Agassi, how about that for Select Company? Winning the one on the one surface that he thought he would have the least opportunity. That was at Wimbledon. Steffi Graf, who had the Golden Slam in 1988, not only the 4 majors but the Olympic gold medal as well.
And she's carrying their second child, who's due October 22nd. Graf with 22 major titles. Won every major at least 4 times.
Is that any good?
People would be happy if they entered 4 times.
7 of them Wimbledon. And they've got a very athletic son, Jaden Gill Agassi. Got to spend a little time goofing around with that kid at Wimbledon this past summer, and you just can't, he wants every single ball in the backyard, and there was every kind of ball there, and it was just amazing. This kid had so much energy. Steffi was exhausted just describing him. Very sweet
Somehow
kid.
it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
It's a lot of energy.
Is there still a long lineup of agents outside their home? Pinching that forehand in the corner. And Hewitt breaks back against Ferrero on serve in the second. Hewitt up a set. Over at Louis Armstrong. Share some of that with you at the conclusion of this match as Agassi spins in an ace. His 4th tonight on an all-new late show. Don't miss the one and only Whoopi Goldberg. Plus Dave's in the audience with Stump the Band. Congratulations to Dave and the late show celebrating 10 great years on CBS. The bashful bomber from Ball State will be on again tonight. Guillermo Coria, hard to believe that he's hurting. He's got some game.
Even when I saw Mancini, his coach, they were talking, this is in Australia, the beginning of the year, when you said his ranking was in the, what did he start, 56?
57, actually.
They talked about how important it was to get that serve going, work on his volley. It's really paid off. His service, there's Alberto with the hat on in the middle. His service improved considerably this year.
And he holds it low, but Agassi leads by a pair of sets. Quarterfinal action for the men today. Agassi leads by 2 sets, and a reminder, tomorrow the men's semifinals will be on the air at 12 Eastern, 12 to 6, and then the women's semifinal play tonight, USA, and then tomorrow night in prime time at 8 o'clock we'll have the women's final in prime time. It'll be interesting to see what that matchup will be. Will it be an all Belgian? It could be an all American final, or a mix.
Prime time, well, 8 o'clock tonight, the 2 women's semis, the women's final, prime time tomorrow at 8.
Did that tell you anything?
tells me we got a lot of good tennis in the next. Some good weather too.
Both men breezing through their recent service games.
This is an opportunity for Andre because this side is where the wind, he's got the wind behind him. And a good chance to break the Coria serve this next time up.
He's only serving at 50%, but that's the second love game for Andre Agassi.
Our Expedia.com eye on the sky surveying beautiful grounds here at Flushing Meadows Park, and nice to see how dry it is here at the USTA National Tennis Center.
Coria's had success with that serve up the middle. He's up to 117. Couple aces is set. Hit that 3 this set, 5 in the match. That's an unexpected bonus for him.
U.S. fans excited about 21-year-old Andy Roddick. Same age as this young man from Argentina, Coria. A lot of great young talent emerging.
13-15.
Now Bandian, isn't he 21 as well?
He's also 21. Federer's 21. Now Bandian, incredibly, and to his credit, 5-0 now against Federer. Befuddled him. Catches the line. Agassi seems like he's barely swinging because he's got that wind. He's so quick at adjusting. He's always been an excellent player in the wind.
Still on serve, second set at Armstrong with Hewitt up a set.
He had that shot.
And that was for 30-40.
Some good defense from Andre, and he set this up. He could smell the break point here. Hoping Coria hits the top of the net.
Oh! What racket control.
Speed as well. This 33-year-old is just a living legend in our sport, no doubt. The movement, excellent. He realizes he doesn't have time to get in two hands, but he does enough with the one-hander. Hit it away from the smaller Coria.
Caught the line. Coria says, no way.
I'm not going to commit to what this was because the Mac cam's on me. Let's take a quick look if we can.
DuPont Mac cam. It was out, so yeah. Coria right. So a break for Agassi, and with it, break point. And Agassi takes a 3-2 lead with the help of a call at Coria's end. CBS Sports coverage of the Open continues after this word from your local station. Join us for our championship weekend here at the U.S. Open. Men's quarterfinal action, and Andre Agassi now up 2 sets and a break, serving at 3-2 against Guillermo Coria, 21-year-old from Argentina. Agassi not relinquishing much on his serve, 11 straight service points.
was the right idea, but not the intensity that he needed to pull that off. He just had a kind of a little casual when he needed to focus there, Coria.
Looks like Coria's really run out of defense in a big way. Now that Agassi has secured that break, it sure feels like it's going to be a quick 3 and out for the world's #1. Just what he wants going into semifinal and final weekend. We don't know who he'll face yet. It's either Juan Carlos Ferrero or Leighton Hewitt. They're still hard at it over on Louis Armstrong. And we'll be going to that match soon enough, but whomever he plays, that's going to be a very physical baseline match. And he'll like to know that he didn't have to expend too much energy out here today if he can get out in the streets.
That's 3 straight service games at love for Andre Agassi and a 4-2 lead.
And Agassi again switches frames with the new balls. John, it's interesting. We talked so much about the players going to bigger rackets and all of that. For this tournament on a hard court with a nice true bounce, a nice consistent bounce, just how Andre likes playing it, he's actually gone to a slightly smaller frame, a smaller head.
That's right. He's gone from about 110 square inches to 104 because he felt he needed some more racket speed.
Mm-hmm.
And he did it only a couple weeks before this tournament started, Marion, which is, you would think, somewhat surprising as long as he's used a 110-inch frame for so long.
How does this surface compare with that at Melbourne? Is this faster? Is it are they identical?
It's not identical. The rebound ace is a slightly more forgiving, softer surface on the body. Yeah, it can stick at times. This
In the heat,
especially when it gets hot. And here, it's not asphalt, but it feels more like an asphalt type surface, deco turf.
it's harder on the body, but the heat of Australia makes that a difficult one to win.
One more beautiful backhand from Coria, but Agassi is 2 points away from the semis. Welcome back to Queens and Flushing Meadows. USTA National Tennis Center from the Goodyear blimp flying above our stadium. Must be a major event if Goodyear's here, providing the aerial views. The Ohio-based blimp Spirit of Goodyear, one of 3 airships in the Goodyear blimp fleet. Agassi to serve. 2 games away from victory against Guillermo Coria in this quarterfinal match. Another blistering backhand.
Not only does he I suppose he doesn't idolize him quite as much as he did as a kid, but he tries to play like Agassi on this surface, which is smart.
Get the ball quickly.
Take it early before it jumps up too high. Step inside the baseline.
It'll be interesting to see whether he can become as disciplined a performer as Andre Agassi. If he can develop that same physical sturdiness, durability, emotionally as well as physically.
And Agassi tosses in his 5th ace.
Too bad he guessed right. It was there. Couldn't handle that volley. Coria was there in plenty of time. Agassi sensed he was in trouble. Guessed over there. Ball came right to him. Too much pace from the Coria racket.
veteran quickly pouncing on that short ball, and a point for 5-3.
He didn't have to go for much because he saw Coria giving up on it. And Coria at least should have bluffed that he was looking to get back into the court. Made that shot easy for Andre. He was smart to cut it off.
And Agassi.
Coria now serving to stay in it.
Agassi leads 5 games to 4.
I don't know what it is about that little device, you know, that tightens the back of your cap, but I'm going to dig deep in my pockets to buy a pair of scissors and let Agassi cut that off before the semifinals. It's bothering me.
Don't get too upset.
Yeah, that little flap, yeah, it's bothering
Call
me.
Nike up.
Here you got the best player in the world, and trim that thing a little bit. Agassi 15 all. There's Jaden. Will be 2 years old next month on the 26th.
He's going to be someone's big brother soon.
That's something.
Already speaks in English and German.
Very, very well struck ball again by Coria.
That's the set.
Apart from that little hat problem you've got with the man, you got to say the rest of his game has been pretty neat.
Oh, from the little flap down, it's been perfect.
And the good news for him is to me, he's gotten better as the match has progressed. He's played better. Bode well in the semifinals. Coria again with that serve up the middle. It's gotten him out of trouble on a number of occasions. Wants Andre to at least serve this out against the wind. Andre would prefer to get off the court right now. He's got a chance to finish this off. He broke Coria the last time Guillermo served on that side. He can do it again.
Advantage
9 aces for Coria.
After 5-9, it's smart to go over the low part of the net. He's gotten some pretty good pace and well placed.
Match point for Agassi.
Here has the Man, up the middle. Survival time for Coria now. It's been that way pretty much throughout this match for him. Fighting for respect, which I think he's gotten from the American fans.
That backhand delivery. Agassi a little late. Coria trying to force Agassi to serve it out. For Agassi, will be back with more, but first a Mass Mutual great performance.
Martina Navratilova seemed destined to win the U.S. Open, but who could have predicted it would take her 11 frustrating tries beginning in 1973. The southpaw serve and volleyer was stymied until 1983 when she defeated her friend and rival Chris Evert in straight sets. All the result of intensive preparation that changed the way tennis players train today. This great performance brought to you by Mass Mutual Financial Group. You can't predict, you can prepare.
We're all a little gun shy. You hear the sound of water and you think, oh no, not again. But that's a pleasant sight out by the Unisphere here at National Tennis Center is Andre Agassi playing to his seed #1. Now serves for the semifinals. Agassi was served in his second game back early in the match. And very much in control of all of his service opportunities since.
Now that first set he was only serving at about 50%. Now he's up to 68.
A point as good as that, and missed the easiest one of all. He's got Andre right where he wants him. You see, it could have been 15-30. That's why he's holding his head up, looking in the skies. Instead, Andre's still in a commanding position here. 35, serving for it.
Couple of match points.
Tell him to go after that backhand, will you? Incredible.
Give young Jaden a front row seat here to see Daddy try to finish this quarterfinal match. Late call, but apparently a proper one to the third match point.
Well, he was blocking our view. Coria, it's tough to see whether that ball was in. It was very close. Still match point. That's just wide.
That sun right in your eyes, serving now.
Some defensive lob, that is.
continues to battle. That's 3 match points he saved.
He doesn't panic, Coria. He keeps his cool. That was a great lob Agassi threw, but he just pushed it back in the court. Eventually took control of the point again.
It's probably too little, too late for the 21-year-old Argentine, but still, he's letting us all know just how much court craft he's got.
Painful miss. And Agassi, his 3rd match point in this game, 4th of the set. Five minutes shy of 2 hours.
Played a safer ball with a lot of spin that sits up there, almost daring for Andre to go for too much. Again, a smart play from Coria, who saves another match point.
This is why he's so dangerous, Coria. Even hurt and even down and out, he still can play with so much impudence. He's a shot maker, this guy. He's quick enough to give himself time to control that great stuff.
What happened to that hamstring injury? Looks like he's moving quite well at the moment.
And Coria breaks to 5-all.
Incredible turn of events here. Take your hat off to this guy. Still hanging around, making life a little more miserable now for Agassi.
Agassi can't be happy with the way he performed in that last game. Some unforced errors. So he's going to be out here a little bit longer. All he wanted was a nice quick 3 sets here and then let Juan Carlos Ferrero and Leighton Hewitt knock the stuffing out of each other.
Well, he's still got it. It's 5-all. He still obviously can pull out this 3rd set, and that's where his focus has got to be now.
It sure seemed to waver there.
Probably because he was feeling the pressure of finishing this off, knowing he's got to play it 2 days in a row. 2 more days in a row.
Well, they've split sets over at Armstrong, and Ferrero with an early break in the 3rd.
Coria, thank God that was a let. It was going out, and they clipped the tape and went in. That was clearly going to be wide. You're not going to be able to tell from this angle. But that ball was going to go well wide.
Took a nice right-hand angle and back into the court for a winner. And Coria down.
He says he's okay. That ball at best clipped the back of the line. The crowds appreciate this youngster's effort.
DuPont Metcalf confirms the call.
Ouch.
Again.
Now the ankle's hurt.
And this time it flies off the court for a double fault, his 3rd, and 2 break points for Agassi. Twelfth of the match for Agassi. It's 4 for 11 at this point. Mancini sees his player deep in a hole, but battling away. Chance for 6-5 again, and he swipes away a couple of break points. Just got to be getting to Agassi a bit. 4 match points, could not convert. A couple more break points here to take the lead.
Especially if he could pull out this set, Coria. Classic Andre Agassi, really going after that ball. Coria off balance. Try to go for too much on that forehand.
And there it is. He breaks 6-5. Agassi serves again for the semifinals when we return to Flushing Meadows. Welcome back. Andre Agassi. His victory has been postponed a few times by young Guillermo Coria. Had 4 match points, 3 in his last service game, and now serves for it again. Agassi, the oldest ever computer #1.
Just couldn't get that ball far enough away from Coria. He left the court open. When you run around that backhand, well, guess what? The guy who's playing as well as Coria can find the opening, the winner.
Points from the tie break. Here's Coria. Coria leaning wide, and ace #6.
Watching out for Agassi to kick that serve out wide, which he does often on that side. Agassi disguised that serve well. It was only hit 104 miles per hour. That's again an ace, and here's match point.
That one was 119 with some stuff behind it. So match point #5. Straight sets. 6-4, 6-3, 7-5. See the eyes of Coria shaking the hands of his idol. And now Agassi with his 4-bow Las Vegas. Thank you. Andre Agassi has moved into the semifinals. With whom will he play tomorrow? Juan Carlos Ferrero or Leighton Hewitt, 2 young, tough opponents. We'll see how they're doing when we come back.
we have our first men's semifinalist. Andre Agassi is through in straight sets. Congratulations. Well done. What were your concerns coming in against Guillermo?
Well, you know, I've played him a few times. We've played twice on the hard courts and once on the clay. And, you know, on the hard courts, I felt like in the past I could just really step up and use my pace and control the points. Every time I hit a ball with big pace, I could make progress in the point. And then when I got to Roland Garros and played him in the Paris, that wasn't getting it done. The ball was just a little too slow. He's just a little too quick. So I came out here today feeling like I needed to step up my shots, hit it effectively. But I got to say, I was surprised sort of with how he dealt with that. He's definitely got a lot more stick in his game, and he's getting better.
Does he remind you, Andre, of a little bit the way you play? Obviously, nobody can really play that baseline game the way you can, but the way he can step into the court, take the ball early, go down the line, go cross-court?
Yeah, well, he definitely has that in his game, and then he also has the luxury of being able to sort of drift way back and use his wheels, because he's one of the quickest guys on clay. I think he might be actually the quickest guy out there as far as covering court. So I think he has a lot of things he can fall back on, and certainly this won't be the last time we see him here in the quarters.
We're going to show you some highlights from the match, and you know, we've all heard a lot about this guy, and obviously he had a bit of a problem. Were you aware of that? He had cut his finger. Did you see any of that going on?
Well, yeah, he was bleeding all over his shirt in the early part of the set. I didn't know what that was from, but you know, I wasn't counting on anything to happen too easily out there. I was trying to go to work, and this is what I'm doing when I'm playing well. That's what I'm doing. I'm controlling the point and forcing the guy to sort of play a low percentage shot. And
did you also notice the way he was sort of limping? It seemed as a lot of points that he lost.
Well, I would never go so far as to suggest that he wasn't feeling a little off in his physically speaking, but I tell you what, even when he's off, he still moves pretty well out there.
He'd love to be moving pretty well during the points. That's something that you and Darren Cahill talked about before the match, as far as your strategy coming in.
Well, you know, I mean, listen, for me, it's no surprise when I go out there and try to dictate play. I mean, that's the way my game is based. I try to use my serve to set up my first shot, and here I get my first shot, and then I'm able to take advantage of the point. And you know, I came out here today to do that. It was going to be sort of toe-to-toe, and I wanted to make the match physical. I wanted to make him have to step up and play big shots consistently, and that's what I did.
Looking ahead, obviously, it's either Ferrero and Hewitt, and they're locked at a set all, 2-all. Both guys similar, both playing from the baseline. What are you going to need to do as far as to get yourself prepared for the semifinal now? Well,
first of all, go get a good meal in me and go get some fluids and, you know, get ready for, you know, back-to-back days of 3 out of 5. It's just unfortunately the predicament that all the players are in. But both those guys are going to be tough in their own right. I mean, for their own reasons. I think Hewitt is more of a defensive player. But with that being said, he can really sort of counterpunch and use your power. So I'll have to be real sort of strategic as to when I step up and hit my shots. And against Ferrero, I think it's going to be a lot like today, where I'm going to need to just be in control of the match from the word go.
Andre, at this point in your life, do you think much about your place in tennis history, and does that make every opportunity like this even more significant for you?
Well, I think these opportunities are important to me because as you get older, you have more of a capacity to sort of embrace these moments. I mean, they don't last very long, and certainly they don't come around when it's over, it's over. So I'm aware of that. But you know, for me, I think it's everybody else has the right to sit back and view me in as far as where I fit in the game in the context of the great sport of tennis, and that's not something for me to decide.
Well, brilliant job today. Congratulations, straight sets, and go get some rest.
I hope you keep coming back.
Yeah,
want to see you back here.
Thanks very much.
Andre Agassi, and we'll be back with a lot more from the USTA National Tennis Center on CBS Championship Weekend. Back in a moment.